Let's talk about color. We have probably all been in a situation where we are loving what we are making, and for some reason, when we put it on, it looks off. There is something that is just not right. It is devastating when the piece is ready, then there is this one thing that is off. And in my experience, more often than not, it is about the color. Color is a key part of mindful making, and the goal of this video is to make you more aware of the things that make up the color seasons or the colors that suit you and your unique features. And it is not that you could never wear the things that are not your colors. And if you are happy with the knits you make and you wear them and you love them and you feel amazing in them, it doesn't matter what the color season is or does the color flatter you. But if you find that you love the pieces when you are making them, or you love them in the flat lay or in the picture, but then you don't love to wear them, color might be the answer. There is actually some controversy on how you should do your color analysis. Some people say that you need to cover all your hair and just look at the undertone of your skin, and that determines the color type. Some people consider the eyes and the hair. There is a little variation and combinations of these methods. And I'm not saying what is right or wrong, and this is my disclaimer right at the start. I am not a color analysis professional. I am just an enthusiastic knitter who wants everyone to feel good in their clothes and in their knits. So something that I say might be incorrect. If you know better, please correct me in the comments, and there are also some resources linked in the description. And if you find these things interesting, please like the video. It is one of the best ways to support people here on YouTube, and it is free. So thank you for your support. Let's start with the basics. Color theory is actually used in arts. It is just the basic science about color. So if you have ever bumped into a color wheel, that is part of the color theory. And there is different elements in each color. So we have the basic colors, which are red, blue, and yellow. And with combining these primary colors, we get orange, we get green, and we get this violet or lilac color. But wait, there is more. By adding white to the basic color, basic hue, we get tints, for example, light pink. By adding black, we get shades, so like deeper shade of red. And by adding gray, we get tones. And those are the kind of muted versions of the colors. One of the most well-known systems is the 12 color season system. The original is the 4 color seasons, which are spring, summer, autumn, and winter. But these are quite, how would I say it? They are kind of limiting and too vague. So that is why the 12 season color analysis was created. I'm gonna speak mostly on that, but there is many different types of color analysis and color season methods. In 12 season color analysis, there is three values that you will. First one is the undertone of your skin, so the warmth. Is it cool or is it warm? So the second one is the value. Are you light or dark? And the last one is the one that I think that sets this system apart. So they are looking at the chroma. So are you muted or are you bright? Being muted means that you have lots of gray in your skin and in your features, and being bright means, well, you are bright and you don't have the gray in your features, and you are a unique combination of all these three characteristics. So you have these different parameters that combine into your coloring. And these 12 types are also a generalization. So I truly believe that every one of us is unique with these things. I'm not gonna teach you how to do color analysis in this video, but I'm gonna give you a few of my tips to kind of figure out what kind of coloring you have. If you want to know more about the professional versions of the color analysis, I will link down a couple of creators and their videos that I like. In the 12 season color analysis, there is 12 types. So there is 3 types in each season.
Let's have an overview of the different seasons. Springs are warm, light and bright. Summers are cool, light and muted. Autumns are warm, dark and muted. And winters are cool, dark and bright.
Let's take me as an example, and by that I want to share you some tips on how you can find some of your best colors. One of the things that led me to my color type was the colors that I physically saw made me glow, and the colors that I was very, very drawn to. And the first one that I discovered was all these rosy colors, and I realized that I had this raspberry rosy red shirt that every time I put it on, it looked like I don't need more makeup, or I don't look as tired, or I just look lifted and glowy. And then I also realized that many of my favorite makeup products and nail polishes and all the things were something with rosy or rose or. So I would look in your closet and see what are the most favorite things you wear in your closet, and what are the things that make you feel amazing every time you put them on. Maybe you can find something there. Another tip is to take a picture of yourself wearing white and in a natural daylight with no makeup, trying to isolate your features. When I did this, every color I could find in my coloring was very, very muted. I have these cool gray-green eyes. My hair is naturally this color, and it has a lot of dark gray, ashy tones in it, and my lips are this rosy but muted pink. And this led me to believe that I probably have one of the muted seasons. So either one of the autumn types or one of the summer types. Usually people start with determining, are you cool or are you warm? I didn't, because I was not sure. Later I found out that I am probably somewhere near the neutral, and that's why it was so hard. I can wear silver, I can wear gold, but the best one is rose gold, which is somewhere in the middle. If it is clear to you what is the undertone of your skin, then it is probably the best step to start. One of the things that people use to determine are you leaning more cool or warm is that do you look better in yellow or purple? For me, that is obviously purple. Yellow is one of the worst colors on me. I don't find a yellow that looks good on me, and that led me to leaning that I was probably cool. And the thing that is left is the value of your color. And you can try to see this in a black and white photo of yourself. If you are very light, so you don't have a lot of contrast, everything will look kind of similar in the picture. And if you are very, very contrasted, you will have clear contrast between your skin, your eyes, and your hair and your skin.
And in between those two extremes is the medium contrast.
Usually in color analysis, this is not like determined. You don't determine your value by photo. You swatch the different colors that are assigned to different seasons and see what looks best. So I am a neutral cool undertone, which is like neutral but maybe slightly leans more towards cool. I have medium contrast and a muted, very muted coloring, and that leads me to being a soft summer. So when I am a soft summer, it means that I am dark for a summer. So summers are generally in the medium contrast, but I am on the darker end. My features are muted, first and foremost, and second of all, they are neutral cool or neutral. And that leads to very soft and muted color palette. Here are some examples of the color palettes that are recommended, but this is my personal color palette that I made using Canva and just picked the colors that I wanted in my color palette and things that I already got in my wardrobe. You can also use the clothes you already have or that things that your spouse has as a draping or swatching them yourselves. I did this and tried to demonstrate how it looks and what to look in your skin when you are doing this. So make sure if your hair is not natural color, cover it with something white and wear a white shirt or top. And after that, try to take some clothes that are opposite in some things. So for example, I had two greens. The other one was muted and the other one was very bright. And when I put them under my chin, the effect they create is very, very different. With the very bright green that is also lighter, I look very tired, and usually when color is not that good on you, it makes you look more tired. It brings out the imperfections on your skin. Dark circles look more severe and your jawline doesn't look as defined, and sometimes the color looks like it's very separate from you. So the idea in the color analysis is to complement your natural features. So you would blend well with the clothes. So if it's like too bright or too warm or too cool, it looks very separate from you. And for me, when I look at this kind of photo or video, it makes it really hard to focus on my face when I have this too bright or too warm color on me. So I would definitely say the worst colors on me are really bright yellow, really bright orange. I have no orange, no yellow in my wardrobe. My wardrobe is filled with different shades of rosy muted pinks, wine red, forest green, sage green, and off-white, different shades of gray, and these mauve or taupe colors. And also recently I have added some beautiful muted smoky blues in my palette. There are so many little tricks and hacks that are spreading on social media on how you can determine your season. There is this kind of filters.
For example, filters like these. The right one is a tiny bit more helpful, but the left one is not very useful in my opinion.
And there are these tests, like if your veins are blue or green, or if your hair gets golden in the sun. But these are kind of, they can lead you to the right direction, but they are not foolproof. And overall, the undertone of your skin is probably the most guiding factor in these things. For me personally, I can wear gold and I can wear silver, but I prefer gold even though my undertone is slightly cool and not to the warm side. So there is also a personal preference that should be counted in, and a personal style and the effect you want to create. Because if you want to look edgy, wearing black can be a good thing, even though it is not in your color season. And I wear a lot of black still, especially I wear like all black outfits and not so much like combining black with other colors. So I don't think that you need to just ditch all of your things from your wardrobe or from your yarn stash. You can absolutely use what you have, just maybe consider that where you are using it. So if you find that some color is not the best on you, maybe just use it in your lower half or gift knitting or something else. Sometimes I say that colors that are found in your lips and in your eyes and in your hair, in your natural hair, are the colors that will probably suit you very well. And it is actually very funny because this rosy pink, that is my color of my lips, and the muted green and this kind of something brown are one of my favorite colors. And this is actually quite close to my natural hair color.
So what do I do with this information?
The goal of the color analysis is to look harmonious. So the things you wear complement your natural features that are within you.
My tip here is to check what you already have. Dive in your wardrobe and in your yarn stash and check what is in there. What do you love? What do you use a lot? What makes you feel happy? And what are the colors that you are attracted to naturally? It is also highly valuable to know what you don't like to wear and what colors you don't have, and what are the things that are not worn in your closet. I would highly recommend for you to make your own color chart. It doesn't have to be fancy, it doesn't have to be exact, it is just there to guide you. It also makes the next step, i.e. conscious buying, easier when you have a set color palette and you know that your knit will work with most of the pieces of your wardrobe. It also makes outfit building and styling your clothes a lot easier. You can also avoid buying in excess and buying something you don't love when you know what things you actually do love.
I just think that life is way too short to spend it on knitting things that you won't wear or wearing clothes that you don't love. And that is my take on it. So I think the goal of the knowing your colors is to create some kind of guidelines for yourself so that you know what kind of colors are the ones that you feel good in, and let them guide your yarn purchases, or maybe they guide the way you use the yarn. If you have something that you know is not gonna look the best near your face, maybe you can use it and make a skirt or socks or something. I will never make a light gray beanie again or scarf because I look completely dead when it's near my face. It is just too light and way too cool for me because I'm more towards the neutral, and even some slightly warm colors can look good if they are very muted. So I can lean into soft autumn at times, especially when I am more tan. So the good thing about knowing your colors is that you can make more informed decisions and you can avoid the disappointment that comes when you have finished a beautiful sweater and you feel blah in it. This was just a quick introduction into a world of color analysis and color theory. If you would like to see more, please like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Please tell me what was your favorite part of the video in a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye!